All right, so this is an introduction to lesson 6. I can't flip back and forth when I'm videotaping between me and looking at what we're writing on. So I'm going to do a couple of videos for this lesson. So the first one is we just need to remember what we're talking about. So capacity is just a fancy word for how much liquid or solid, it can be solid too, like if you're measuring with flour or something like that, but how much can the object hold? And so we've done cooking in my room. We use these measuring cups. You could use any one, but this is the one that we use. So a measuring cup is just like it sounds. It is a cup. And we know that there are 16 ounces in a pound, but that was weight. And so we're talking about volume or capacity. Volume, how much can fit in there. And so if we're talking about a liquid, we're talking about 8. And I'm going to give you a really easy way to remember this in a visual, because you know I like pictures and visuals. So here we have our cup. And you can think of, don't think of like a coffee cup, because a coffee cup actually has multiple of these in it. A coffee cup is more like a pint. And so when you think of a pint, I want you to think of a drinking glass. So if you think of a drinking glass, it's going to have multiple cups in it, and I'll show you exactly how many. So think cup, a measuring cup. Think pint, a drinking glass. And then we're going to look at quarts. And so you can think of quart as like a bottle of juice, something like that is going to be your quarts. And then finally, when you visualize gallons, you're going to think of just a milk jug or any sort of gallon. So just like with our other measurements, we have a visual. So if we're thinking of pounds, we think ourself. If we're thinking ounces, we think 8 ounces is a deck of cards. And if we're thinking tons, we think of elephants. Right? If we're thinking measurement, we think of an inch, right? And then we think of a foot, like a ruler, and we think of a yard, like your hands from side to side. So whenever you hear these measurements, you need to be automatically visualizing them. Okay, I'm going to pause this here. So hopefully you've got a little bit of a visual, and then we're going to start with our guided notes like we always do.